Hopefully that
All
works.
right.
Yeah. Okay. So new stream. this. Oh God. Technical difficulties. Never had the stream crash before. That's fun.
Is
Blood
my
Archer.
audio is my audio on?
Now it seems like I have your audio, so I just need to bring you into the whole, the whole thing. So let me
Yeah.
transition you over. Yeah, I think the people should be able to hear you, but that's if anyone's actually joined, and you need to resend the link for the newest stream because my computer
Uh,
crashed.
what again?
No, I meant like it crashed when I
Okay.
was recreating before. So this is a
Okay.
new.
Okay.
There's a new link. So if you can see the stream, then you know that you're going to be
Yeah.
on.
Uh, uh,
All right.
all
So
right. I'll go on YouTube directly.
yeah, we've got Blood Archer swinging to face at the Leo, which is interesting. I'm surprised that he didn't at least try and put another ping damage on the Shimmer Wing. Um, the okay, Shimmer Wing takes 3 damage, is destroyed, and we're already seeing screams from ebfritz, which is interesting. I know that Fred is not a fan of screaming early. I guess I usually have at least one reserve scream, but we'll see what that means in terms of the rest. He doesn't have any other cards in play. He just has the die for the Shimmerwing and the Butterfly Monk, and he chooses to play it, but Brian has an Ice Trap. Oof. So he won't be getting the Phoenix, the Eternal Flame out. And now Essence Druid will swing at the Blood Archer, which will be guarded by the Jessa.
I think. Uh,
And Butterfly Monk comes down, and oh boy, another Three-Eyed Owl book comes down. Wow. Brian really got
these were.
great draws.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So just saying. I think the Blood Archer swing was to avoid the Royal Charm.
Yeah,
Um.
but like, I don't know. I wouldn't have swung at face. I would have at least swung at the Shimmerwing, I think, or
Uh.
I would have waited for the three-eyed owl to come down. You swing at it, and then you can frog ping.
I think here, like Brian is thinking a lot of dice on things that don't do damage. So EB is trying to bank on this to race on Leo,
Yeah,
which can be a very good strategy. Like this
that's
is
true.
basically how he beat me. I was playing Remea Prison Mill.
Yeah, yeah,
So
that makes sense.
depending on how much healing Brian has, I don't remember if he's running like generosity, or I don't know if it's his type.
He is.
Uh,
I believe
yeah,
from the game he played against Ninja, we know that he is running some generosities. I don't know how many. I think 2 potentially. I don't know if he's running the full 3. So there's definitely heal to make up for, like to help with the burn.
yeah.
Um, but okay, so we see a simple ping, and then the other Shimmer Wing come down, which is fun because Brian doesn't have, I don't think, well, he's got the Ryle the Meek play in theory, but it's not going to be all that great.
Yeah.
But I'm actually surprised that ebfritz went for the ping, because if he had meted up the charm die, then he threatens immediately the essence druid removal.
Hmm.
So now Brian doesn't have to worry really about anything. It's kind of like just walling up and not going for the Eternity Flame play, which, I mean, maybe is the right call since you're probably not going to get it like any damage
Yeah.
through.
I think here the Eternity Flame is not super likely from Brian's side, but it can be a bait for EB to sink dice into, as long as EB has to spend more dice than, or even an equal amount of dice as Brian had to put these blockers down. I think Brian is happy because those are dice that aren't spent on burn directly or something like that.
Yeah, that's true. We also don't know what he drew. Like now that the Finch is
Yeah.
down, you don't really want to be swinging anyway. You just want that Blood Archer for pinging things off. In
Mm.
this case, he can remove the. Well, you can't remove the threat of the Shimmerwing yet because Brian has both books, which was really a fortunate round one.
Well, a funny thing though is he can, if he really wants to, he can ping one shimmy and then the turn right after use his own shimmer wing. Or he can what?
Okay, interesting.
Oh,
Swinging the Butterfly Monk. Got
fear, yeah. It's probably
okay.
fear.
Yeah,
That'll be it.
he's we've got my wife in the chat section, which is awesome. So
Hello.
hello to Mrs. Treatment or Allie, since we had that episode, so we're all on first name basis now.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
I didn't have the discard piles showing, so here we go. We've got Brian's discard pile showing 2 farewells and 1 rile, and we've got Fritz's discard pile showing 2 fears and sunburn, fire archer, sympathy pain, final cry going on, and 2 ice traps. So at least as far as Brian's concerned, removal wise and burn wise, he's doing pretty well on the field here. I don't think he's got a lot to be concerned about, and now he's going to slow
Well,
his meditation down.
there's a high density of burn still left here
Yeah,
because like there's about he actually has like half his deck known, more than that. So out of all that, only 2 burn spells are in the bin. That's pretty good.
yes, but at the same time, we know that Brian, if he is carrying the generosities like I'm fairly sure he is, that counteracts at least the Moltons.
Yeah.
And he's not going to be swinging all that much. You think he's probably going to go for the mill plan, which means that the availability for sympathy pain to trigger is very low. Uh,
Sympathy, oh wait, no, it's not a Dove deck. So,
yeah, so
well,
he's got to win off
Shimmer
of
Wing,
screams and final cry.
I guess Shimmer Wing with the Eternity Flame summoning could be a trigger for Sympathy Pain.
Right. I always forget that Eternity Flame does burn damage. That's true.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Okay. So that
It's gonna
is
be a double edged.
there's a possibility there. There's no spin down, so it'll be whether or not I do think Brian has redirect in his deck as well, so he could
Oh,
redirect the burn like a sympathy pain onto the 3-eyed owl or the shimmerwing. But
yeah.
I think that the mill pressure between 3-eyed owl and the finch is potentially going to eat through Fritz's deck.
Yeah. Uh, I don't remember if yeah, I think he does run a few Clashing Tempers because here they would be very, very useful to get some damage through, but I don't think he has it in hand. Otherwise, he would have used it to allow some bigger units to go through.
Yeah, it doesn't really help to poke with the shimmer wings.
Mm.
And
Because right
go ahead.
here, I think, uh, yeah, well, Brian. Oh no, okay, yeah, there's a roll charm. I forgot. Yeah, I think here you don't really have a choice. Either you nature ping the Shimmer Wing, the damaged Shimmer Wing, and then you leave the big Eternity Flame play for the Essence Druid. Or if you need those nature dice, then you're kind of forced to kill off a Shimmerwing.
Well, he can clear a spot by like if he summons the flame to kill off the druid and score a
What
couple
he'll get
burn.
counter, but he'll get counter destroyed. So like you'll waste a lot of value.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yes, you're right.
What? Oh, Nature's Wrath.
Okay, Wrath
Really?
is yeah, Wrath works.
Oh, and healing the Blood Archer. Interesting. Yeah, because Brian doesn't have a lot of ping.
Yeah, well
So unless we
he's got the
see,
Ryle plays, which do add up if he
yeah,
can put down the other units. But this is
but
helpful.
but like at this point, like whenever there's Ryle on the board, it's 1 point of damage is not usually what's gonna stop the big trade up.
Yeah, no, but at this point, if he gets the other two owls down and then Riles, that's 3 damage. That clears Fritz's board.
Well, by then the Eternity Flame will be here, so the damage on the
Oh,
Shimmerwing will
yeah.
not matter. And it could be that Fritz is playing for the for the Blood Brawl.
Could be,
If
yeah.
so,
Uh,
that's gonna be a very like that's gonna be huge.
Blood Brawl would be excellent right now. I don't know what Brian can. I guess he could swing. There's like he'll hit 2 to face, but you're gonna lose the druid unless you have something else. I guess he
And
wants to put down a.
also
Okay.
you lose the tempo. It depends like what EB has, but let's suppose EB had like Ice Trap, then he could like you swing the druid, you kill the shimmy, and then you Ice Trap the three-eyed owl, then you swing face for 5 damage in total.
Hmm. Maybe, yeah.
I don't know if that's what he saw.
I don't know, but
I mean,
Brian mills out one of the Riles, and Fritz is playing the Fire Archer.
okay,
So
waiting on the. I don't know. Maybe he's trying to see if there's a shepherd. Maybe because indeed the druid is not doing a lot here.
no, the Shepherd would be better.
Yeah, but at the same time, I don't know why he's waiting.
He could have the third fear in hand and is waiting for a better target because then
Oh, okay, yeah.
he could do it. And yeah, I don't think
Yeah, we
you're
still
gonna
swing
block
here.
this. I don't think you block
Does he
this.
have? Oh yeah, he has another one. Yeah, yeah. I don't
Yeah.
think you do.
The question is whether he has Final Cry or a Scream. So he's thinking about it though. He is thinking whether he wants to save it and then play the
Okay,
flame. Okay.
okay. Maybe he needs the dice.
Yeah. Yeah. It chooses not to. Okay. Okay. This makes sense. Putting
I'm not
pressure.
sure. I'm not sure I like this. Like it's exactly as I said. Like he's slowly sinking more dice into the battlefield, uh, which is to Brian's advantage.
Ooh, third Shimmerwing book comes down. Okay. So the
Oh,
question is still whether or not Brian has a Ryle the Meek in here, which would clean up all of Jessa's board. And really, when you're playing against Jessa, you ideally want to remove the entire board in one go if possible so that you avoid multiple screams. So if you
yeah.
can play something like Ryle, then that just eliminates, an extra 3 screams worth of damage, not to mention the advantage you have
I
going into
don't
next round.
think I don't think we're yet at the phase where like streaming 4 or 5 dice is very realistic for EB unless like Brian has really no ways to convert damage. Like it's just too risky. But I agree that you're gonna want to clear the board, but more specifically, oh yeah, there goes the old salt. Oh,
Okay.
I think EB is gonna regret guarding here.
He also would regret not pulling the trigger yet.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So, and he's
Maybe
already spent his guard, which means he can't now defend the other Shimmerwing.
okay, direct.
Final
I'm also
Cry and redirect. Oof. So he did have the redirect, and he
okay,
plays
redirect.
it onto the druid, which doesn't even die.
Mm.
Oh, so now
Oh, and yeah, so Butterfly Monk is gonna either
Butterfly Monk's
wait
gonna
on the old
die.
salt.
No, Butterfly Monk
It's
will
either
die.
yeah, I don't think he can afford to clog himself up by swinging with it.
Even if he does, I mean, there's still the die on Royal Charm.
Oh, oh, true, true. I mean, you'd think he would want to use it on something better. No?
I'm trying to figure out what Brian is aiming to play as his remaining two dice. He still has the other three-eyed owl, which would start eating away at Fritz's deck. That would put him
Well, no,
effectively.
it's me and Eternity Flame.
Well, it could be that too. Yeah,
I think that's because then you can use your units to clear the board because there's no guard.
yeah. Kill the Blood Archer with the Royal. Oh no. Well, he put it on the Butterfly Monk.
Yeah,
You kill the Butterfly Monk, you swing the Old Salt into the Blood Archer, maybe, or you just take out the Shimmer Wing.
yeah. I mean, I don't. Yeah, I think the Blood Archer is like a primary target here.
Yeah, I
But
agree.
what will happen? Yeah, so but you still have to take out the shimmy that will come out behind the Butterfly Monk.
Unless he has Fester. I don't remember if Brian is running Fester.
Even then, you'd rather do Ritual Flames because it does the same effect in the end.
Yeah.
What I was wondering earlier was if they're playing around Golden Veil, because maybe that's why EB was waiting on Ritual Flames. I don't know. Even then, I think it's worth to bait it out,
I
but
would have played it
maybe that was
earlier.
it.
Yeah. I would have taken
Yeah,
out the Druid just to stop the guard pressure.
yeah. And like if it gets Golden Veil, like you're pretty fine. It wasn't like he feared I got Golden Veiled.
Yeah, exactly. So now we
Yeah.
see Brian using the Old Salt to clean up some of the board.
Yeah,
That
with this I think the advantage is too decisive. I doubt AB can really race here unless how much burn is left?
well, he's
Okay, he
got
got all the
all the
Moltons.
Moltons, one Final Cry, so that's 9, 11, and 2 Sympathy Pains.
Hmm.
So that's still 15 plus 2 Fire Archers. So that's 17
Oh, he didn't
damage.
clear the. Oh, okay, he wanted to avoid the Channel Revenge. Still, I think it's kind of risky to let the Blood Archer alive because it's the best thing sword to scream with. But
I
maybe it's
understand
worth
that. I think
saving
ultimately
damage.
it can't do anything. It can't swing through.
Yeah,
So he has to keep wasting side actions if he wants to ping anything. And it's not like at this point, Brian's ahead on board, so he's
yeah.
okay. Hey, Charlotte, how's it going? Great to have you.
Hello. Oh, farewell.
Oh,
Nice.
ooh.
And that's.
And he loses Molten and a Sympathy Pain
Mm,
on that. That
okay.
hurts. Youch. Okay. Well,
We still all the fears are in the bin.
yep.
So
Yeah.
yeah, that's a lot less healing, a lot less screaming ability. Because
Yep.
once we get in the end game, it's basically a matter of how much can Jessa stream. Um,
Yeah. I think you get down to
so
5 dice, or sorry, 5 health, and Jessa, as long as she can keep any unit on the board, she basically wins.
yeah, well, that's basically what happened. Like in my game, like I allowed a blood archer to live, and he used it to ping his own units and just scream at me.
Hmm. So Fritz is
And it was
starting to
clear.
scream. He's gonna probably try
Yeah,
as much as possible, but if Brian does have any more redirect or the generosity, then he's gonna be able to take himself out of range. Question is whether he almost certainly drew into the other two molten golds. So let's just assume that Brian's on
probably.
5 life.
I mean,
Uh,
if he didn't, he can always get it with Shimmerwing.
yeah, well, the last meditation was Fire Archer, so we know for sure that he's got the Moltens in
Hmm.
hand.
Um,
But
okay.
yeah, now it's gonna be tricky. He can get him down to 5. Chant of Revenge, provided it dies, or the Fire Archer dies, is another damage that's down to 4, and he's got 4 dice potentially to
But
scream
then,
with.
yeah, but I don't think you want to commit your hand so early before you do the remaining damage, because that way you save yourself some fatigue damage.
Yes, yeah.
Or you go all in and try to win like top of round
If he makes it to
4, but
top
I'm
of
not sure how.
Well, if he makes it to top of round, then he just wins off of Molten, right?
No, what? There's
It
already one in, so he got 6 off Molten, maybe one off Final Try, so it's like 8. And let's say one Sympathy Pain, that's gonna be 10. Okay, yeah, like if he can trigger all his burn this round, yeah, and if Brian doesn't have heal, then
here's
yeah, it can win in a variety of ways.
yeah. Here's the other thing to consider is Fritz has to use his cards this round because Brian has Three-Eyed Owl. So
Oh, true.
he will
True.
lose his burn cards if he holds them.
Hmm. Yeah.
So the question is, can Brian do 14 damage or heal himself out of range?
Yeah. See, this is where sheeps are useful because they discard in the middle of the round.
Yeah, yeah, or even at least
Yeah,
doves
and burn.
to put some burn damage
Hmm. I mean, sheeps also burn at the top of round.
at the top of round. Yeah, so you could win technically by passing
Not
out.
top of round, end of round, but yeah, it's the same.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. This is closer than it looks based off of life
Hmm.
totals.
But
There's
yeah, like the thing is here, like if Brian doesn't have like I don't know what unitry he really have in this kind of deck because here he's clogging himself.
he is.
So even if we see an old salt clearing the fire archer, putting yourself at risk because of the channel of revenge, like you're only swinging for 5. So I'm really not sure actually.
He could have. I forget if he has Hammer Knight or his own Blood Archer. But yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, he's in trouble in terms of self clog.
Mm.
He has
Or
redirect.
yeah, true.
So if there's still one sympathy pain? Yeah, there's one sympathy pain
Mm.
plus the molten gold. Oh no, but molten gold is I forget. Does redirect is on damage? Yeah, and molten gold is
Yeah.
wounds, so that doesn't work. So it has to be off of screams or sympathy pain. But in order to clear out one of those units, it would have to be on sympathy pain.
And it's also more useful, though in a pinch, you could kill the finch.
Yeah, in a pinch, kill the finch. That's right.
Yes.
There you go. You created a tagline, Fred.
Nice. Oh, okay. So it's not double molten this round. Interesting. He's trying. I'm not sure I like this, but
I
maybe
I think
he's
that's a
trying to
mistake.
outlive. But wait, so
He
what?
can't clear the three-eyed owls. So you're gonna
Oh, in
lose.
English, right? Well, even then, I think EB is fine dropping to 10 because, like, 'cause, yeah, because this triggers sympathy pain.
Which
Okay, so
redirects
we see the redirect on
the
what?
druid, probably, unless you actually want to clear your.
No, I think you want to clear the Finch, like it's kind of useless right now. Because like if
It can't do
EB
anything. Yeah, the
clears
finch is probably useless. Worse.
what? I'm really not sure I like this.
Okay. Wait. Oh. Okay. So he did do the druids. So I'm wondering if he does have one. How many Rile the Meeks are in the bin? Two. He could have Rile the Meek to just clear
Well,
the board.
but even then, you can't swing for lethal.
He
Like I
can't
don't
swing for
know.
lethal, but Fritz is going to take fatigue
Two.
damage. Okay, there's Molten. So he is just.
Okay, yeah. So it get like, but so you Brian will be short like 3 to life about. Yeah, not sure. Because we'll see the last final cry if he does that, and Channel Revenge. So that's putting Brian uh
Well, Brian
four.
could have generosity.
Not if you play. Who has top of round?
Fritz does.
Yeah, so if he plays Ryle, he doesn't get to play Generosity.
Yeah, but I'm wondering, do you care about? No, because he could frog ping. He could frog ping the archer, and then swing the eternity flame. And I don't think you care. Like you just want to clear the board, right? And as long as you don't lose top of round, what is he going to
Mm.
swing with? He's going to swing with 2, 5, 7. He's too short. Oh,
That's a good move because basically you get it for free. Like you exchange the fatigue damage for a high power damage.
I think that was
That's
a.
it.
It's tough to say whether that was a mistake. He didn't kill the butterfly monk with the frog ping or the archer before
Yeah,
he
but
passed.
having the hmm?
No,
Oh,
because
true.
if he kills the fire archer, you give him the token, but then he's out of cards. Like he's out of allies. He'd have to
And you give him
recur.
the scream too. Like you give him 2 damage. Like I think.
No, you only give him one because he can't. He can't do anything. He can't. You're passing, right? You're giving a frog ping and then passing. Oh no, sorry. Brian passed first. You're right. Yeah, yeah. You would give him both.
Oh, and he passed into a royal charm to not get his die. Oh, I think Brian was just running out of stuff to do. He didn't want to swing his blockers because
Yeah.
otherwise, like the counter swing was gonna chip away at him. So he did royal charm and passed because he didn't have anything else to do.
Yeah, you're right. And he drew 3. He's the three-eyed owl will discard 2.
Mm.
So there's got to be
So this is Molten and
sympathy
Fire
pain.
Archer.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
sorry, Molten and Fire Archer. You're right.
Oh no, no,
No,
he
no,
did
no. It's on
discard
the
Fire
board.
Archer. Huh?
Molten and Final Cry. 1, 2. Molten and Final Cry.
Unless he went for wait.
Yeah, no. Molten and
Oh,
Final
okay, so
Cry.
he remilled the Fire Archer. Yeah, yeah, sorry, I didn't see it in the game log.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm.
So he's got that's 5 damage plus 2 screams. I still don't see how Fritz gets out of this because he can't swing and do damage. He'd have to ping the fire archer or the butter. No, you ping the butterfly monk. Heal
Wait, so
yourself.
he
Scream final cry for 3. That puts Brian at 4.
If you do it on the
Meditate up
fire
another.
archer.
No, no, you do it in two things because you don't want to take damage right away. Actually, no. Yeah, you're right. Do it on the fire archer first. Then you get the chant
Oh,
of
yeah,
revenge.
short on side actions. So how many anguishes are have
I
been
th-
played? Only two. So in the unlikely scenario where Brian has three anguishes and has all of them in hand, this is gonna get very bad.
I don't.
Because
I don't think Brian runs three. Very few people ever run three anguish unless it's an actual Leo burn list.
mm,
So I doubt it. But he might have three redirects or drew into the generosity, which would still give him.
I mean, ironically, like Anguish is a better mill finisher card than the burn card because in the Leo burn race, like the opponent can always just discard, but not in this mill end game. So here, Anguish is really at its peak.
Yes, it can go both ways. You're right. I think.
What?
Okay, swinging. Oh, I guess he's just going for the screams.
Okay, yeah,
He's
I
just gonna
suppose.
try and scream.
Maybe he's also short on side actions because like that gives him a side action to. Well, no, you can't. Oh.
Brian's gonna take it to face. Does he frog ping the butterfly monk now?
Yeah, like my question is like when does he get to meditate and with what?
Yeah. So frog ping, final cry, scream. That's three.
The redirect?
Oh, redirect. Okay, so Brian,
Redirect.
that's a win. Brian wins it then. I don't think you can get 6 damage now.
Yeah, not without exposing yourself. Oh, and even then, like you lack ping.
You also lack cards. He just loses on end
Yeah,
of
yeah, yeah,
round.
yeah.
Yeah, he has no actions. That redirect, having
Mm.
three redirects was amazing, and the fact that he drew all of them,
Mm.
that saved him 6 points of burn.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's well played, Brian. Wow. To not only have your anti-burn plan in the deck, but then to draw it is always a good feeling.
Mm. But I'd be curious to, like, I don't know if you'll rewatch this, Brian, but if you could give us your insight on the moments where we doubted your plays, because there's been a weirdly large amount of them this game. So
I think it was
please,
only the clogging play.
yeah,
Redirect is the new fate reflection. Charlotte, you're absolutely right. Brian always has redirect. Um, I think there was only that one round where he sort of clogged himself, and we doubted his path to victory.
yeah.
Um, because we just based off of the math, Fritz had enough. So it really came down to what Brian had in hand. If he already knew if he guaranteed had the redirect, then he just had to wait him out. But if he didn't have it, you're really risking on the draw. Um,
On that note, actually, it makes me think. Indeed, like burn lists have this huge weakness against mill that their hand is easy to read because like it's you've got like half your deck is always the same thing. So your opponent can always math things out, whereas you as the burn player cannot. You don't know if they have the healing, if they have the redirect. So in
yeah,
the decision making, uh, the mill player has this advantage of information, basically.
for sure. Yeah, and I think that the, I mean, that farewell play lost Fritz a
Yeah.
lot of his burn and
Well, not
turned.
did it? It
Yeah,
only lost one spell, no?
no, two. I believe. I'll
Two.
scroll back. I thought it was the Molten and the Sympathy Pain and the Pain Shaman.
Maybe. No, the Mm. No, the
Yeah.
Pain Shaman was a three-eyed owl. Or maybe it's
No, no.
older than that.
Uses Farewell to discard Blood Archer, Pain Shaman, Molten, Sympathy Pain.
Okay, yeah, so it's the other set of Pain Shaman and
Yeah.
Molten. Yeah.
So that was a pretty big play.
Mm.
Brian should just not do anything. He needs one damage though.
Well, does he? Like, what is. Like, it's not like EB is really threatening to do anything right now.
No, no, no. What I'm saying is, if if they both pass, then start of round happens, and Fritz will only take 4 damage, and then he discards the
Hmm.
last card. He doesn't take 5, right? Because
Yeah.
Owl is at
Well,
the
actually,
end of the prepare phase.
yeah, yeah. Well, actually, here you frog ping, swing face with all your attacking units, and EB can scream, but it's not close enough. And even then, he doesn't have the card. What? Why? I mean, here
Uh
I'm genuinely. Does he
yeah,
not see the
this is interesting.
why? Like, is he afraid of the ritual flame? There's no
There's no
charm power.
die. Yeah, what I
Yeah.
don't. Hmm.
Hmm.
I don't
Because
know
yeah,
about
my
this.
math. Yeah, my math worked. So EB is holding a molten gold,
Oh,
and
the Chant of
the
Revenge is gone though.
yeah, and even then, like there EB lacked meditate cards to meditate, so he
Yes.
wouldn't be able to play the molten gold this round.
Yeah.
So like I'm
I guess maybe that's what he thinks is that now he realizes that EB cannot play. He can't win on screams, and he can't play the
yeah, but
Molten.
here you're putting yourself at risk of getting screamed at and getting top of round molten gold. If EB rolls the frogs, because he cannot meditate for it if he rolls no frog.
But Brian has top of round, so he
What?
doesn't care.
Didn't you say? Oh no, okay, it's a new round. Yeah,
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 sorry
yeah.
about that.
So Brian doesn't care about the top of round because he
Yeah,
can swing for the last points of damage.
true.
I think losing the Chant of Revenge instead of ditching the Shimmerwing book was a mistake.
No, but you need the Shimmer Wing to put a charm blocker.
Mm,
I mean,
maybe,
like
but the
delaying the
but
loss, but
if he had ditched the Shimmerwing book and meditated a frog, he could frog ping the fire archer.
you're never fast enough.
Oh yeah, you're never
Whenever you
fast
kill one of
enough.
your units, like Brian is always coming back on the counter swing.
Yeah.
So like this is like an objectively lost end game, but like I think EB is playing it like a chess engine, just delaying the loss until as far as possible.
Yeah. I mean, you have to, right? Because you never know if your opponent's going to make a mistake.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
So, because there are a lot of games where sometimes I realize that I've lost, but if my opponent doesn't realize it and they keep playing into certain mistakes, then I have a
Yeah.
way out of it. And I know I've done the same on the other side where my
Especially with Bird.
opponent is like, "Oh, I see that I have a win," and then I play the wrong thing, and it's like, "Oh, okay, well, I guess we'll keep playing," and then I make a mistake. I like when I played
Yeah.
Shadow a week ago, and I just walked into mistake after mistake and gave him the game.
Uh,
So,
yeah.
okay, now he frog pings the fire archer,
Okay, yeah,
scream.
so now he saw it.
Now he's gonna swing for 5, and there's nothing that Fritz can do here because he has to block, and Scream only gets Brian to 2, and he can't now meditate for the Molten Gold.
Mm.
Uh, quite the game. Like, I mean, amazingly close.
Yeah.
And that's the thing with Jessa is she's always close.
Let me see the list here. So, okay, this is quite interesting. Like, it's really playing for the Jessa grind with like the healing of Pain Shaman and Fear,
Well, the
and
Pain
then really,
Shaman has the ping too.
yeah. But I mean, like, it's the grind for like the stream, and for the heal at the same time. Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, there's not a lot of aggression uh in the lists I've seen from like branches, or like usually there's more tempo. Oftentimes we see like widows maybe, or
Not too much with Jessa, at least not that
oh
I've
yeah, I've
seen.
seen it.
I mean, you
Maybe.
can play aggressive, but if you have just a lot of removal, you can also stay on top of.
Mm,
It depends on your opponent. Like playing against any other Phoenixborn with less than 19 health, and Fritz wins. So either way, I mean, this was a close game. The redirects, right? You don't draw a
yeah.
redirect and Fritz wins. This was an incredible, close game, and Brian played it ultimately to perfection because he did win. So congratulations to Brian. Uh, but yeah, this game could have gone either way with some very small changes.
Oh yeah,
Confer-
yeah. Oh, yeah, the other card that made me tick is the lack of Huntmaster.
yes, that is a typical Jessa card, but obviously not in these colors.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that is a very common Jessa card, and that leads to an aggressive round one.
Mm,
Yeah, 19 life plus 3 redirects. That's Brian is he knows. He knows that was the difference here.
Yeah, that put him at 25. Yeah. Yeah, tough to burn through.
Oh, for sure. I mean, the difference of 6 damage, right? Plus
Mm,
the difference of a typical, like if you say the average is 16 or 17 life. I mean, that's 8 difference. Not to mention all the cards he milled, like that farewell, right? Milling another 8 burn.
mm. How
The
many dice did? Yeah, what?
How many dice did he win in?
Yeah, how many dice did they go through? I don't remember how many early passes there were,
Well,
but there
there's
were around 5.
36 dice each. So just
Okay.
over 3.5 rounds worth of dice, which means there was a lot of passing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, so it was actually I think that's like Brian managed to slow the middle game, and that really is what helped him.
absolutely.
I really think EB sinking all those resources to stop the Eternity Flame was, not to say a mistake, but like it was definitely very disadvantageous. What I don't know is like if there was any other way to play around it.
Yeah, I still wonder if he missed the beat on summoning his own Eternity Flame to kill off the Druid.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, because I'm pretty sure Brian is not holding a golden veil.
Yeah,
Because I think would have seen it by now. I don't remember if there was any trigger for it, but
yeah. And I guess in
yeah.
theory, depending on what he had in hand, he could also get 3 burn damage if he had Final Cry and Screams off of that too. If I don't think that would have been the play, but I'm just saying that the Eternity Flame is a nice add-on
Oh,
to the Jessa burn deck.
true, because you can funnel cry off of it. I forgot about that.
Yeah, yeah.
Ooh.
This was a good close game. And congrats to Brian for making it. Am I right this time that this was the semifinal game? Because I was wrong last time. Is it?
Yes,
Yeah.
it
Okay.
is.
So Brian will be
Yeah,
in the
correct.
finals again. Uh, well done, and also congrats to ebfritz. I mean,
Absolutely.
was this
Uh,
one of his first showings? I don't know how many knockouts he's been in,
he
but
won. he won knockout arena, like normal knockout arena,
Okay, yeah.
below 1500. How do you say it like in language? How did you name it? Like it's below 1500
I would say
knockout arena?
sub 1500.
15, okay,
Yeah.
1500. It's still too long. I don't know. I wish we had kept the like legendary and heroic. I think I named it.
Oh,
Anyhow,
yeah, yeah.
I dislike
It's
the
Knockout
other
Arena and it's
name.
Legendary Knockout Arena. There you go. Like we
I know, but it's like it's confusing because Knockout Arena is also the name of like the whole organization. So
that's true.
like whenever I advertise it, I don't know how to name them.
Well, work on the branding. Rename it so that we have something easier to call the
Yeah.
differences. But who knows? We might not even have many differences soon because everyone who starts playing in Knockout Arena seems to make it up high in the rankings, and then we get a lot
Well,
of people playing in Legendary. So
well, unless like elo inflation gets super high, like we'll always have people below 1500 though.
that's true. Well, we
Because
need a
whenever
lot of
someone
people who
climbs
are
up, someone goes down.
yeah. We
Or we
need
end up with two people like at the bottom, which would kind of suck.
We just need people who are willing to jump in and play. So, to anyone who watches
Absolutely.
this who hasn't joined a tournament or anything, I mean, the worst case is you play one game, you get knocked out week one. That's what's happened to me the last 3 months. So, you're playing 3 games at best.
And and the best thing about Knockout Arena is like there's never a lot of feel bad because if you lose, you can keep playing in Phoenix League.
Yeah,
And if
exactly.
you win, then you're sure your win percentage will be above 50% in that tournament. So like you're always on like whenever you win, you're like on a winning streak. And if you lose, like you're never on a losing streak.
That's right. There you go.
Yeah,
No consequences, only victory.
absolutely. On that matter, like we really need to give the prizes for that. For the last LK and K too, like the alt arts. Like
I'll
you
leave
forget
that to you and Carl, the organizers. I'm not involved. I'm just a pretty face
that.
on screen.
Yeah, treatment the pretty face on screen of our community.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have what the moderator powers now. I should give this as your new
Oh,
like
but
tag.
yeah. My tag in Discord, sure.
New tag, exactly.
All right. Thank you to everyone for watching, for joining, and we're gonna call this a night. And we
If
had
you're not,
yeah. If you want to do
that's
it,
it.
yeah,
Yeah.
do it.
If you're not no.
Yeah, you got it.
Damn it. If you're not janky, you're stanky.
There you go. Frog up, snake out,
So,
and wolf down, of course.
yeah,
And
well,
yeah, we'll catch you on the next one. Thanks,
and
everyone.
in a pinch, kill a finch.
Yeah. Kill the Finch in a pinch. I got to tell the other guys. All right. Have a good night.
Have a good night. Wow, thanks for having me on. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, that was